Hey there, folks! Welcome back to Travel Assurance NZ, your friendly guide to chasing dreams in New Zealand. Today we're tackling a big question. Is it easier to migrate to Australia or New Zealand? Both are awesome countries with beaches, cool cities, and chill vibes, but which one is simpler to migrate to? I'll break it down in easy steps comparing visas, jobs, costs, approvals, and lifestyle for regular folks like you. Whether you're a student, worker, or just dreaming of moving to New Zealand one day, let's figure out which country's got the easier path for you. Ready? Let's dive in. Both Australia and New Zealand are super popular for people wanting to move. They've got great jobs, friendly people, and amazing nature. But migrating means dealing with visas, finding work, and settling in. Let's compare both countries to see which is easier, based on stuff like visa rules, job chances, costs, visa approvals, and how welcoming they are. 1. Visa options. Which country is easier to get into? New Zealand's visa system is pretty straightforward. If you're skilled, the Skilled Migrant Category Resident Visa is your go-to. You score points for age, under 55 is best. Work experience, qualifications, and a job offer. In 2025, you need about 180 points for a good shot. No specific job list is required anymore, just a skilled role paying at least 29.66 New Zealand dollars an hour. Processing takes 6 to 12 months, and it can lead to permanent residency, PR, in 2 years if you meet conditions like keeping your job. Other options include the Accredited Employer Work Visa, AEWV, for jobs with approved employers, which takes 3 to 6 weeks to process. It's good for 2 to 3 years and can lead to PR later. For seasonal work, the Recognized Seasonal Employer, RSE Limited Visa, lets you pick fruit for 7 months. No skills needed, but it's not a path to staying forever in New Zealand. New Zealand is chill about English. You don't always need tests like IELTS for work visas, just basic communication skills. Family can join on partner or dependent visas if you're approved. Visas cost 700 to 4,000 New Zealand dollars depending on the type, and some fees get refunded if approved. For Australia, the visa system is a bit more complex. The main skilled visa is the General Skilled Migration, GSM program, like subclass 189 or 190. You need a job from the skilled occupation list like nursing or engineering and score at least 65 points for age, under 45, skills, English, and experience. In 2025, higher points, 80 plus, give you a better chance. You also need an English test like IELTS, 6.0 minimum, and a skills assessment, which can cost 500 to 2,000 Australian dollars. Processing takes 8 to 18 months, and PR comes right away with subclass 189 or after 2 years with subclass 190. Other visas include the Temporary Skill Shortage, TSS visa, subclass 482, for employer-sponsored jobs, taking 1 to 4 months to process, and the Working Holiday visa, subclass 417, for young folks, 18 to 30, from certain countries to work casually for a year. Australia's tougher on health and character checks, needing police certificates and medical exams. Visas cost 1,500 to 4,000 Australian dollars, and employers often don't cover them. Family can join, but it's pricier than New Zealand. Who wins? New Zealand's easier for visas. It's got simpler rules, faster processing, weeks to months versus months to years, and doesn't always need English tests or skills assessments. Australia's point system and extra checks make it trickier, especially if you're not in a high-demand job. 1. Finding jobs. Where is work easier to get? New Zealand's job market is smaller but hungry for workers, especially in healthcare, construction, IT, and farming. Shortage lists on immigration.gov.nz show high-demand roles like nurses, builders, and teachers with salaries from 50,000 to 100,000 New Zealand dollars a year. Job sites like seek.co.nz and tradeem.co.nz have tons of listings, and employers often sponsor visas for skilled roles. Unemployment is low at 4.6%, so you've got a good shot if you've got skills. Seasonal jobs like fruit picking are easy to get, paying 23 to 28 New Zealand dollars an hour with no experience needed. Networking on LinkedIn or agencies like Working in New Zealand helps too. You don't always need a job offer up front for residency visas, but it boosts your points. For Australia, the job market is bigger, but with more opportunities in cities like Sydney and Melbourne. In-demand jobs include doctors, engineers, and trades like electricians, paying 60,000 to 120,000 Australian dollars a year. Seek.com.au and Indeed.com.au list thousands of jobs, but competition is fierce, especially for non-sponsored roles. Unemployment is at 4.1%, slightly better than New Zealand. You usually need a job offer for work visas like TSS, and employers must prove they can't find locals, which makes the process more tedious. Casual jobs like hospitality or farm work are available, paying 25 to 30 Australian dollars an hour, but they rarely sponsor visas. English fluency is a must, and skills assessments slow things down. Who wins here? New Zealand edges out here. Its smaller market means less competition, and employers are more open to sponsoring visas. Seasonal jobs are a quick way in, and you don't need to jump through many hoops like skills assessments. Australia's bigger market is great, but visa sponsorship is harder to get. Oh, and if you're loving this video, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video. Let's continue. 1. Cost of moving and living. Which is cheaper? Moving to New Zealand costs about 2,000 to 5,000 New Zealand dollars for flights, visas, and initial setup. Rent is pricey in cities like Auckland, 400 to 600 New Zealand dollars a week for a one-bedroom, but cheaper in places like Christchurch, 300 to 450. Groceries for one cost about 150 New Zealand dollars a week, and public transport is 50 to 100 a month. Starting wages are around 29.66 New Zealand dollars an hour for skilled jobs, so you can cover cost of living if you budget well. Many seasonal jobs include housing, saving you lots of money. Healthcare is mostly free for residents, but you need private insurance, 50 to 100 New Zealand dollars a month, for extras like dental while on temporary visas. On the other hand, moving to Australia runs 3,000 to 7,000 Australian dollars, including flights, visas, and skills assessment. Rent is high in Sydney or Melbourne, 500 to 800 Australian dollars a week for a one-bedroom, but more affordable in Perth or Adelaide, 350 to 500. Groceries cost 170 Australian dollars a week, and transport's 60 to 120 a month. Skilled jobs pay 30 to 40 Australian dollars an hour so you can manage, but big cities eat your cash fast. Farm or hospitality jobs often don't include housing, so you'll need to budget extra. Healthcare is free for PR holders via Medicare, but temp visa holders need private insurance, 100 to 200 Australian dollars a month. So, who wins? New Zealand is cheaper to move to with lower visa and setup costs. Living costs are high in both, but New Zealand's seasonal jobs with free housing tip the scales. Australia's pricier cities and extra visa fees make it tougher on your wallet. 1. Lifestyle and settling in, which feels more welcoming. New Zealand's got a laid-back vibe with 5 million people spread across stunning landscapes like mountains and beaches. Cities like Wellington and Christchurch are cozy, and rural areas are friendly. New Zealanders love outdoor stuff like hiking and rugby, and it's easy to fit in if you're chill. Multicultural communities are growing, especially in Auckland, but it's less diverse than Australia. Language is no biggie, English is enough and no heavy accent barriers. Crime is low and it's super safe. PR takes 2 years for most skilled visas, and citizenship is possible after 5 years. The weather's mild, but it rains a lot. As for Australia, it is a big, diverse place with 26 million people. Cities like Sydney and Brisbane are buzzing with huge migrant communities from Asia, Africa, and Europe, making it easy to find your crowd. Aussies are friendly but a bit more fast-paced than Kiwis. You'll love the beaches, BBQs, and sports like cricket. English is key, and the Aussie accent can take getting used to. Crime's low, but big cities feel less safe than New Zealand. PR comes faster with some visas, right away for subclass 189, and citizenship takes 4 years after PR. The weather is hot, but summers can be intense. Who wins this one? It's a tie. New Zealand's smaller, safer, and super chill, making it easier to settle if you want a quiet life. Australia is diverse and lively, great for city lovers, but it can feel overwhelming. Pick based on your vibe, cozy versus vibrant. So, which country is overall easier to migrate to? The answer is New Zealand. New Zealand is generally easier to migrate to. Its visa process is simpler, with faster approvals and fewer tests like IELTS or skills assessments. Jobs are easier to get with less competition, and seasonal work is a quick way in. Moving and living costs are lower, especially with free housing in some gigs. The vibe is relaxed, and settling in feels smooth for most people. Australia is awesome but tougher. Visas take longer, need more proof, and cost more. Jobs are plentiful but harder to get sponsored, and living in big cities burns cash fast. It's great if you're in a high-demand field or love a busy lifestyle, but it's more work to get there. Tips for migrating to either country's 1. Check visa rules. Visit immigration.gov.t.nz for New Zealand or homeaffairs.gov.au for Australia to pick the right visa. 1. Job hunt smart. Use seek.co.nz or pickens.co.nz for New Zealand and seek.com.au or gumtree.com.au for Australia. Apply to 10 to 15 jobs. 1. Save cash. Budget $3,000 to $7,000 for moving. Look for jobs with housing to cut costs. Learn English. Basic English is enough for New Zealand, but practice for Australia's IELTS if needed. 1. Avoid scams. Only work with legit employers listed on government sites. Don't pay for job offers. Alright friends, that's the scoop. New Zealand is your best bet for an easier move in 2025, with simple visas, quick job opportunities, and a chill lifestyle. Australia is amazing, but takes more effort with tougher rules and higher costs. Pick what suits your goals, quiet Kiwi life or Aussie hustle. Head to immigration.gov.nz or homeaffairs.gov.au to start your plan and chase that dream. Like and subscribe to Travel Assurance NZ for more migration videos, share your plans in the comments, and catch our next video. Keep dreaming, and I'll see you in the next one.